Hi everyone, it's Erin Cochran, the House Whisperer from RevealingRedesign.com, and I guess my dogs have decided that they want to participate in today's video, so they put themselves in the background. Hopefully they don't end up doing something that we don't really want on video. Anyway, we don't really need a video of them going to the bathroom or something like that. Anyway, back to the topic of today's video. I wanted to talk to you about again, an element of coziness, and that is conversation areas. And you've probably heard people talk about this idea with, a seating arrangement in a room. A lot of people, you hear people talk about focal point, if you ever watch design shows or things like that, where there's a certain thing in the room that really, that's where your eye should go when you go into the room. It gives you that wow factor. But the other thing is, one of the things that people really want in their houses is for it to feel welcoming. And yet, I think a lot of us get confused about how to arrange our furniture so that it is that welcoming, inviting thing that we just want to go in and sit a while. So if you think about going into a doctor's office and how the furniture is lined up in the waiting room, it's all along the walls. And a lot of us set up our living or family rooms this way, where all the furniture is pushed up against the walls, far away from each other. And I understand why we all have this desire to do this, because it makes the room feel bigger in some ways, because everything's really spread out and you've got this big area in the middle. However, what it does is it makes where you're sitting all the way over there far from where I'm sitting over here. And in order for you and I to talk, we kind of have to shout, or we don't feel like we could talk about something that is an intimate or private conversation, because we're talking at a high volume and it's like we're sharing it with everybody who's within earshot. So what I want to encourage you to think about is pulling the furniture close together into a grouping or a gathering away from the walls in some cases. Sometimes you'll still end up with a piece or two against a wall, but you want everything to be very close together so that the sofa's here, the chairs are over here, or whatever, and you and I could have a very nice, intimate conversation at a low volume. I can look in your eye, you can look in mine, and it feels very cozy and welcoming. So even in spaces like here out on my deck, I've created seating areas. We have a table here, which of course you pull chairs into a dining table, and that creates that coziness because you're all seated around the same table. We also have a little grouping with a love seat and two chairs, so that everything is again anchored together, and so that it feels like you are sitting with the other people that you want to. You can have a nice conversation, and even just looking at the space, it anchors it and it gives it that inviting feel. It looks like a place you want to go and spend time. It makes sense to your brain somehow, and it just gives you that feeling of home. All right, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope this little tip has helped you think about the seating arrangements in your house so that you can make your house that much more cozy and welcoming. All right, talk to you next week.